All right, so here's where I'm at and where I'm hung up with these racks. These Costco racks, in theory, should have worked good, but I'm just not loving them. Now, the idea was to just get them set up temporarily, get some fish tanks on there so we can start getting some fish in here. But then I started to realize that's kind of how I did my fish room, and I don't like how my fish room turned out. You just start putting in tanks one at a time, building it up, and then you end up with just this non-conformed, kind of haphazard fish room. And I feel like the same was going to happen here, and I just was not in love with the configuration on how these sit in here. Like if I was doing all 40 breeders, then you could do, 840 breeders on here and it would work just perfect. But I'm not doing 40 breeders, and it would have just been just a mix mash of just tanks and mess, and again, just wasn't in love with it. So where does that leave me? That leaves me with a fish order coming in this week with no tank set up. Leaves me basically right back where I started from, except a bunch of fish are coming back in. So now what I'm going to do is just clear out this entire space. I got approval to build my own room in here. So we're going to build some false walls. We're going to wall it in. It's just going to be so much better. Actual real shelving. It's going to be pretty sweet. So now I'm kind of in this pinch to get these tanks set up real fast inside. That's what we're going to work on today. We'll talk about more about what's going to be happening in this room as far as the false wall. It'll be temperature controlled, humidity controlled. It'll just be really, really nice. But let's get out there and start cleaning some tanks so we can get ready for these fish coming in this week. So here's where I set up the GoPro to do a nice fancy time lapse of me cleaning all these tanks. We're going to kind of explain what was going on and listen to some music, but the GoPro had a different idea. Snapped a couple pictures, and that was about it. So we're going to skip all this nonsense and get to where the tanks are at now. So here we are, right in the middle of the fish room. Sorry about the mess. This room has been destroyed for a while, well, ever since the leak, and honestly a little bit before that as well. But this used to be where the Tegu lived, and now the Tegu has its own 75-gallon tank over there. So here we have 7 10-gallon tanks. I had to try to fit the most I could on this thing, and we didn't do too bad. However, they don't quite fit, and there's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches here that hangs over. I don't think it would be a problem, but really there's no point not to just run some boards under there anyways, just for some peace of mind. Now this may not be enough tanks for what I have coming in. You might think you only have 7 10-gallon tanks for a wholesale order. It is a really small order. We are testing the waters here. We're seeing how this goes. So yes, there are tetras, rasboras, barbs, rainbow fish, shrimp, guppies, endlers all coming in. It's not a whole lot of any one. And if it's not enough, I do have some more tanks that are empty in the fish room here that I can use. But I think we should be able to get away with just these 7 10-gallon tanks. Just to give you an idea what I'm talking about here, right here you can see we cut some roughly 30-inch pieces of wood here. I just freehanded, I didn't even measure it. Not too bad. This is all scrap wood, it doesn't matter. And then we're gonna set this row up right now. All right, we got the support pieces in there. Now I was going to keep these bare bottoms, but after some thought, I am going to put just a little bit of crushed coral in the bottom of all these tanks, which is this bucket right here, just to help buffer the water a little bit. We do have live bears coming in, and honestly, it's not gonna hurt any of the fish that are coming in, and it would be more beneficial to have it than not have it. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is a mixture of crushed coral, Carib Sea, African cichlid mix, and something else I don't remember. You can kind of see it all right there. So I already got this one. We're just going to do 1 scoop per tank. That's it. That should be all we need just to give these guys a little buffer, a little hardness, a little stability in the water parameters. Especially when it comes to the endlers and guppies and other live bears. I'm hoping to bring in platies and swordtails, lots of different strains of guppies and endlers. So we're gonna go pretty good on live bears eventually. Obviously not now with only 7 tanks. Now the guy on the end here already has sand in here, and we're gonna leave it sand. I'm not gonna put actually any crushed coral in this one because there are some fish that I hope to get in that won't really appreciate that crushed coral or the little higher pH. And also this sand would be great for Corydoras, which hopefully I am getting this week. And I'm going to leave this silly little stump in here because why not? I kind of like these corny decorations. So the time has come to finally get some water in here, and then we can get the filtration going. Filtration is just going to be sponge filters. That's it. Nothing fancy. That's all we need. Now obviously we're filling these with water, so we do want to treat that water. I'm using Brix Complete. That's about a cap full, right? And I'm just gonna dump this into all of them because eventually all of it, oh man, this stuff smells good. Whoo-wee. Man, this might smell worse than safe. And that makes me feel good, to be honest. I kind of feel like the worse it smells, the better it detoxifies. So that's kind of, I don't know, there's no science behind that. I just hope that I'm getting something beneficial out of having to smell this, and that would be full spectrum water conditioner. Instantly removes ammonia, chlorine, and chloramines and detoxifies the nitrite and nitrate. This video is not sponsored by Fritz. So in addition to sponge filtration, every single one of my wholesale tanks will be planted. I just feel it offers way too much value for the fish. And granted, it's only going to be floating plants, but that's what I want. I want stuff that's going to grow fast. I want stuff that's going to take care of ammonia and nitrate quick if it does spike. So that's the idea with the floating plants. Every single one of my tanks will have floating plants in it. And then eventually, I'll be able to sell floating plants. I'm not doing duckweed. Duckweed, never doing duckweed. If you guys are worried about the stand, don't be. This stand was built to have two 55-gallon tanks up here, so 70 gallons is nothing. And I did have two 55-gallon tanks up here. I also had a 50-gallon low boy up here and various other configurations throughout the years. A very sturdy and solid stand, so we don't have to worry about the weight. Now, as far as my sponges, I have all cycled sponges down here, tons of them, in my sponge garden down there, so we don't have to worry about that. We are going to get an instant cycle, which will obviously be nice, is always a plus. Always keep sponges on hand, extra ready to go for, you know, you never know where you're going to have to set up 7 tanks real quick. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break while I'm filling up these tanks. I mean, do you really need to sit here and watch these fill up with water? I don't think so. So let me fill up the rest of these tanks, and then we'll check back in. All right, so while I'm taking a break, I'm not really taking a break. While I'm going to sit here and talk to you, I'm also going to be down there working in the fish room, filling up the rest of these tanks, getting the filters in and the tops in, and then we'll check back in after my little spiel to you guys right here. So the most common question I'm getting right now is, when is the website going to go live? And that is a great question. So my first shipment, actually by the time you guys see this video, my first shipment should already be here and going through quarantine. We're going to be doing 2 weeks of quarantine on every fish that I bring in here. The last thing I want to do is send out unhealthy fish. So definitely 2 weeks, anything, no matter where I get it from, local breeders, wholesale, doesn't matter. It's going to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So that's going to put us towards the end of September as far as when the website is going live and you can actually buy fish. Now, the first shipment, like I said, I'm going to warn you, is really, really small. Again, I can't stress this enough. We're just testing the waters here. So don't be surprised if it sells out in like the first week, maybe even the first couple days. But don't worry, as we grow, so will the orders, the quantity, the variety. As far as what I'm bringing in on this specific shipment, let's see if I can remember everything. Some yellow neocardinia shrimp, black ruby barbs, neon rosy barbs males, snow white male guppies, luminescent purple male guppies, scarlet endler pairs, green fire tetra, blue neon rasbora, green neon rasbora. Is my dog snoring? You were snoring. I caught you. And I think that's it. I did order pygmy corridors, but I don't think they made it onto the order. So next time, as far as the frequency of the shipments, once we start rocking and rolling, I'll be getting in new fish every single week. That is the goal. So hopefully we'll have enough volume to get in fish every single week. Because I know one of the most annoying things is going to a website and always seeing everything sold out. Now, I will tell you, most everything I sell is going to be sold in groups or packs, like rainbow fish. You got to buy 6 at a time. Tetras, shrimp. The volume will vary. Maybe you have to order 8 of these or 6 of those. For instance, like scarlet endlers, you got to order a minimum of 3 pair. Now, there will be times when I do sell fish singly. Let's say I order 20 Bosemani and all 20 come in females. Like how horrible would that be? At that point, I'm going to sell them one at a time. If you want to put 2 in your cart or 20 in your cart, it doesn't matter. We're going to clearance those bad boys out of there because honestly, nobody wants a tank full of female rainbows. So look for that. There's definitely going to be announcements on social media. There'll be more videos on YouTube about it, Facebook, Instagram, live streams. Definitely be keeping everyone up to date, so you don't have to worry about that. But I think we're just about done in the fish room, so let's go take a look. Oh yeah, look at this. We've got tops, we've got filtration. Holy smokes. I like it. I just go up there and talk to you guys for a little bit, and all of this gets done. Oh, I don't know why I was holding the camera so close there. I was kind of looking myself and not paying attention to the camera. So you can see what's going on here. We've got the air lines coming in on the end. We've got feeder holes here. Now I did strategically place this like this, so if we do get a jumper, it'll flop around in here and hopefully fall into one of these other holes. These guys, if they jump out and start flopping around over here, well, goodbye, I guess. Now a lot of the lights are off in the fish room right now, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna do any type of lighting on here or not. We'll have to wait and see. Actually, now that I notice, we don't have any plants in these tanks. What's going on around here? Look at that. No plants. Alright, we're gonna add plants. Alright, there we got some nice green floating plants and yellow floating plants in here. Just gotta add them to the other side now. So floating plants added to this side, and we are good to go, folks. We are all ready. Gonna be a couple days until those fish come in, but I am ready. I am happy. I cannot wait. All right, who is ready? Look at that glare. It's gonna be fun filming in here. Look at her staring at me, wondering what's going on. Don't you point your finger at me, she says. You like your new home? Oh, someone's hungry. Oh boy, it's been a long day, but I am finally done. I am ready to put my stamp of approval on the work I have done today. I can't wait for these fish to come in. This is all pretty exciting. The website, again, is just my channel name, SteenfottAquatics.com. Go over there, check it out. Well, you can't really do anything there, but at least you could bookmark it. Sign up for the mailing list if you want to. I promise not to send you any spam. And just think, the next video you're gonna see is all my new fish going in these tanks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're not. Hit that notification bell, thumbs up, thumbs down, and leave a comment. Oh yes, leave a comment down below if there's any specific type of fish you'd like me to at least try to get in. Right now I'm kind of stuck to more of the normal stuff, not a lot of rare stuff, but I am starting to work with breeders and might be able to bring some pretty rare stuff in. So leave a comment down below if there's anything specific you would like me to try to get in.